So I've got this Harbor Freight engine oil extractor, and it stopped holding a vacuum. So whenever I put the air on it, it just doesn't build up a vacuum. So there's a couple of things that you can do to figure out what's going on. Make sure you Teflon tape everything. Make sure your rubber gaskets are good. Once you take, you can take these off, and I'm putting Teflon tape on everything, essentially, just to make sure that all these are sealed properly and there's no air leaks. We're gonna take this off. There's some rubber gaskets inside, and then there's a ball that sits in there, and there's a snap ring, and you got to make sure that that's fine too. So I'm going to take this off real quick and we'll see what's inside. So this is the gasket that sits inside. These all unscrew. I believe that the ball sits inside of this thing, and you can see that this hole right here is where the oil comes through. Right there, you can see it. So this should have oil in it. However, this bit right here, this hole in the middle, is where the air comes through, and this is where the air goes through and creates a Venturi effect and creates a vacuum. This shouldn't have oil inside of it, and I think that's what's stopping the pressure from building. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, and I'll show you those two things off. You can see that ball in there, and it's got a snap ring at the end of it. So we're gonna get an Allen. We're gonna make sure that gasket on the inside is in good shape. And then make sure this ball is in good shape, and then this snap ring is in the right spot. I actually had to move mine, it wasn't in the right spot. But then you can go ahead and clean all this all out, because only air should be going through here. There shouldn't be oil in here, and I think I overfilled it, and that's what's causing this whole thing to not work properly. So I'm gonna clean all this with carb cleaner, and then we're gonna put it all back together with some Teflon tape. Everything's been cleaned with carb cleaner. It all looks super clean, and it's been dried out. So let's put it back together, see what it does. The issue I was having before is A, it wouldn't build pressure, and B, you could see the pressure leaking out. So I was thinking that there's a leak here in one of these seals somewhere, or that ball that oil isn't supposed to go to is not building pressure. Now, I didn't put everything back as straight as it should have been, only because whenever I put this on, it would always get in the way of the tubes. But here, I'm having a hard time putting this on with one hand. As you can see, it builds pressure just fine. And then as we release the pressure, releases the pressure just fine. So if you have one of these and you're having issues with the system building pressure, these steps should help you get it resolved.